How can you change the attitude of someone who is on a complete downer and lacking all motivation and self-esteem? You know, the type of people who when you say, nice day, isn't it? They go, is it? And let me tell you about my day until you feel as bad as I do. You know these people. It doesn't matter. They're in every workplace. They're in every high school in the country, every group of friends and every group of family you know. Every single group has a person who's a bit of a downer. Now, I'm not going to focus on why they're down. What I'm saying is if you need to motivate, inspire them or get them to do something, they don't necessarily respond that well to, come on guys, we can do it, we're going over the top. They tend not to respond to that. They tend to respond more by looking at the consequences of them not stepping up and taking action. I work with adults and young people in some very challenging situations at times. And it's very, very easy for me to identify how many times something's worked and hasn't worked when I've worked with them. I tend to know that trying to motivate them doesn't work. What we need to do is get them to understand the consequences of not changing their behaviour, the good or the bad. Don't be afraid to look at the bad stuff. Sometimes you have to be tough love. It must be with a positive intent, but sometimes tough love is the answer. Let me give you an example. It's easier to talk about someone's standards in relation to a situation than to talk about the situation. So let's have a think about a situation. Say I'm sat in a Premier Inn hotel bedroom. I do this a lot, and the service here typically they're very good. Typically they're very, very good. But if someone wasn't good and I was in charge of them, I wouldn't just lambast them. Why criticise them? Why don't we actually look, in relation to chatting to customers at reception, what are your standards? How good are you? What is your minimum acceptable standard when communicating with a customer? Okay, so looking at one specific situation. What would happen if you consistently were that good? And look at all the options. I call it the line of consequence. Maybe you've seen it on another Dave's desk. And then when you've looked at all the positives, also look at all the negatives. What will happen if you don't meet those standards? What will it mean to the customer, the team, the organisation? More importantly, what will it mean to you if you don't meet your own standards that you set? If they understand these consequences, typically they start coming round. And all you have to do then is get them to commit to match their standards and ask them questions rather than tell them to think, so how are you going to maintain this? Do you need support? Do you need accountability? Do you need any help? Do you need any new training? Or are you going to stick to your commitment to maintain your standards? So my top tip for motivating people who aren't motivated is know your standards. Look at the positive and the negative consequences of taking action and not taking action, and then get them to commit to take action and support them in that role. See you soon on another Dave's Desk. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos. Then click the TV to watch the next video. Oh, and don't forget to visit our website at davidhyner.com to claim your free audiobook. Until the next time, go Rhino. Avenir.